Today I'm going to be reacting to Pornography. That's it. That's the video. So, yeah, let's jump in. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just goofing around, just having a little bit of fun. We're reacting to... Should I say it again? Let's not say it again. I don't even know if I should have said it in the beginning, because maybe that'll get me demonetized within, like, the first 3 seconds of the video. But yeah, we're reacting to that album by The Cure. This came out in 1982. I've heard one other Cure album before, and that was 17 Seconds, which I actually reacted to on this channel. I wasn't a huge fan of that, I'm going to be honest, but that was a while ago that I did that, about 2 years ago now. Make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. There's a link in the description down below. And we're going to hop into the first track, which is 100 Years. Are my headphones broken, or is this what it's supposed to sound like? Meet my mother. Like the patience here. This feels a lot more like shoegazy almost than 17 Seconds. It's a lot more blurry. Liked that vocal production there. Ooh. Love where we shifted to here. Feels like the whole track just shifted like a semitone down. This is definitely a lot more exciting so far than 17 Seconds. Guitar's going off. That's pretty good. I will say the 6 minutes and 40 seconds definitely flew by. It didn't feel that long. There's one thing holding me back from loving it though, and I guess that's just the recording quality. And that's probably intentional, them, making it feel very muddy and murky, I guess. But I just feel like if this track was recorded now with, I guess it could have even been done back then too. It just felt like I wanted things to punch a little bit harder. Like I felt like the bass could have went a little bit harder, just had a bit more kick to it. But definitely a more exciting track in terms of just the ideas going on musically than like anything on 17 Seconds. I didn't mention, but I've also heard their newest album from last year. I think it's Songs of a Lost World. So I've heard that album too. I thought it was pretty great. So those are the two that I've heard, that and 17 Seconds. But yeah, this was pretty exciting. Very, very dark intro here. Very immersive, cinematic. It was pretty good. Let's keep going. Next track is A Short-Term Effect. Whoa. I like these drums. Kind of a prototypical new wave groove here. See, this bass has a bit more bite to it though. I think I prefer this bass. Wow, these vocals. Oh! Love pitching those down. Love the resonance to these guitars. Drums are getting a bit stale for me. Great atmosphere though. Ooh. Okay, really liked the atmosphere to that one. The phased guitars panning across the entire the mix. I felt like the drum beat was a little bit repetitive and stale. Could have benefited from some more fills, some more just subtle switch ups of the drums. I get that what they're trying to go for here is kind of like a trance-inducing, a very immersive track that kind of puts you into this endless cycle. It obviously being about drugs here, it feels like it's trying to, mimic the feeling of like a drug trip, I guess. And maybe that's why I just haven't connected to The Cure's music yet, like super hard. Like, don't get me wrong, their album from last year I really enjoyed. but there's not much of an emotional connection to it. And maybe it's just because I don't do drugs. I do like the lyrics a lot, though. I can tell like this is something that doesn't hit me, at least doesn't hit me super hard on a first listen, because it's very atmospheric and there's not like one specific element of an instrumental that like sticks out at you. It's more just blends together to create an atmosphere more than anything. And I feel like that type of music usually takes a couple listens for me to really like sink my teeth into. It was good. I think I prefer the first one a little bit because it felt a little bit more explosive and exciting, but that had some really cool like guitar production on it. So let's keep going. The next track is The Hanging Garden. Maybe I just gotta close my eyes to, oh my, wait, hold on. This bass is ripping.
Creatures kissing in the rain. Shapeless in the dark.
Love these like machine gun snares. Just love how far back the vocals are here in contrast to the verse.
In the heat of the night, walking into a dream. Fall into the wall.
Here we go.
In the hanging garden, change the past. Fall
That's so sick.
into the walls.
This guitar solo. These drums, man. Oof. Oh, I wanted a transition. Whatever, it's fine. That was great. That was easily my favorite so far. I love the pairing of the drums and the bass there. Such an exciting groove that really like brings a sense of urgency to the entire track. Love the lyrics here. I have no idea what's going on, but I just love the imagery. Creatures kissing in the rain, shapeless in the dark again. Cover my face as the animals die. Again, no clue what this is referencing or what is trying to be said here, but I do like when artists kind of play in this, in the abstraction of it all, you know? It feels like with The Cure's music, it kind of lends itself to this type of lyricism, and this does it really well. It's just, what an atmospheric track, what a great vocal performance. You know, my main complaint with 17 Seconds was how sleepy it was. It just felt super lifeless. And I feel like this is showing that you can still get that classic, like, The Cure sound, I guess. You can still operate in that style, but make it more exciting, you know? I feel like the sounds going on here are a lot more eclectic and just colorful. So, yeah, that was great. Next track is Siamese Twins. Ooh, okay. This is a lot drier of a mix compared to most of the tracks here. I feel like we're gonna build to somewhere though. This feels still kind of stripped back. Man, I wish I had a voice like this, bro. We ride under a red light. Here we go. Oh. We're still holding back, okay. He's just distraught on this track, man. I do like how like gut-wrenching this vocal performance is. You know, I do respect how much that track like tested my patience, you know, like I expected it to kind of explode into some big chorus and it just never did. I'm partly kind of thrown off by that, but again, I do kind of think that's kind of more of an interesting choice. It seems like this track maybe, I thought it was just about like him just being torn up over like a person, but it seems like it might be about like sex itself. What it says on Genius is maybe like a traumatic first sexual experience, which kind of makes sense here in verse 2. We writhed under a red light. Girl at the window looks at me for an hour, then everything falls apart. Broken inside me, it falls apart. Laughing into the fire. Is it always like this? So, you know, if you have like a bad first experience, maybe it will kind of turn you off to that in general, you know? So maybe that's what this track is about. A hauntingly depressing, but like simultaneously innocent and vulnerable track at its core. Let's keep going. Next track is The Figurehead. I will say I do like the variety of drum sounds on this album. Like every track feels like it starts with a vastly different drum beat. Love the chord that they go to here. What is that, like a suspended chord? Is that what it's called? Oh, where are we going? Really getting lost in this one. I like that line. Can never say no to anyone but you. This person has like a mystical kind of power to them. Ugh. Wow. That's my favorite. Easily. That is the first track that like had me fully bought into the atmosphere. The first track that like transcended me thinking about it in an analytical way, you know. I just kind of closed my eyes near the beginning, started to float along to it. The drum beat was really mesmerizing and kind of trance-inducing. And I think it was just the most effective at putting me in that state. I'm honestly kind of blown away by the lyrics on this album. I don't remember 17 Seconds being that stand out lyrically, but he is really just putting his whole heart into every verse here. This next track is A Strange Day. Oh, come on. I like this already, man. This gives me like Swans vibes or something. Okay, scrap the Swans thing I said. Love how that guitar led into this solo here. Love the bed of like synths and guitar here. I just want to dive into it. It's so inviting. Ugh. That was great. I think I'm unlocking how to enjoy The Cure's music, and I don't know why it took me this long, but closing your eyes is really the way to go. Maybe it makes for a less entertaining reaction video, but I do feel like I'm feeling the music on a deeper, more primal, kind of visceral level when I close my eyes to it. And I don't know why it took so long. It's like kind of obvious to me that this is something that you kind of just need to get lost in. But it's at the same time, the lyrics are so good that I want to pay attention to those. But yeah, I think for the rest of this album, we'll just kind of close our eyes and try to float along to it. That track felt so inviting for some reason. Like, you know, I was picturing in my head just the band playing in some like dingy, dark warehouse. But for some reason that location and that vibe felt so inviting to me. Strangely kind of an inviting track that I kind of wanted to just get lost in. Next is Cold. We got a cello, an upright bass, sounds like. Oh no, it is cello. Okay. Now I gotta trust my instincts. Woo! Oh, that higher synth string coming in. Oh! Whoa! That texture, the These vocals. Oh. Woo! Those synths. That was great. I'm liking this. I was like really worried that maybe I just wouldn't be into The Cure, you know? But yeah, I just gotta close my eyes. That's all you gotta do, and then you're locked in. That was the biggest track so far in terms of like how lush it was. So many layers. Love the way it's introduced with that ominous cello that kicks things off. Love the vocal performance on that. The way that I don't know, like, is it Robert Smith? Is that the vocalist? I think, yeah. His vocals, just the way they cut through the mix is so interesting. Like he's singing. I mean, obviously his performances are super passionate. They're super heart wrenching, kind of in a way. But yeah, just the way it bites through the mix is really interesting. Like if you had someone that just had a little bit of a lower tone to their voice and didn't put as much passion into these performances, it really would get lost in the instrumentals. But he does a great job of fighting through all of that and poking his head out on top. Last track is the title track. I'm not going to say it again because, again, it might get demonetized. Last track, title track. Let's go. 6.5 minutes. A little reversed vocal sample. I could read these samples, but I'm just gonna lock in. I'm just gonna enjoy the sound of it. This somber little synth melody here. Drums coming in. This is kind of Pink Floyd-y. Oh. This is so noisy, man. But that like bass synth is really, you know, holding everything together. It's the glue. Love the delay on those vocals. This feels similarly kind of murky and muddy as, you know, like the first track was. Whoa. They said the thing. They said the Cure. Roll credits. It's over. Whoa. What an ending, dude. That was crazy. You know, this album really grew on me. That was, what a harrowing track to end things off here. I must cure this sickness. Or I must fight this sickness, find a cure. I must fight this sickness. So it feels like a lot of this album was, you know, talking about different addictions of some kind. So pornography obviously being, you know, an addiction. You could call it a sickness. I don't know if he's talking about that in this track, but like this line, an image of the queen echoes round the sweating bed. That kind of makes me think of that, you know. In books and films and in life and in heaven, the sound of slaughter as your body turns. These lyrics are so good, man. They're so visceral. It's crazy. Yeah, that was great. This album really grew on me as it went on. I'm excited to go back to it, and I kind of just want to listen to it again right now, which I might actually do after this video. I'm happy that I decided to just kind of like lock in, close my eyes, and float along to these tracks, because I think that's really when they're at their best. Just a very, you know, cold and harrowing and sometimes actually inviting album. I really do like the sound play on here. I feel like it is a lot more eccentric than 17 Seconds. I feel like it's more colorful than that album. Obviously operating within this new wave style, but it feels, I don't know, just a bit more explosive. There you go. Those are my thoughts on Pornography by The Cure. I will be checking out Disintegration at some point. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure to go join the Patreon if you want to see this reaction uncut. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.